25 days, 5 announcements. The cost of running Frontier AI dropped 10 times, and most people never noticed. Same task, same week. The model you'd have paid $125 million tokens to run is now replaceable by one charging 0.14. That's not a sale. It's a rewrite of the bill. This is zero stat. Today, the 25 days in late 2025 when the AI industry repriced itself, and what that means for the work you do, the products you buy, the bills you signed off on last year. 5 anchors, source numbers, so what for you? The 5 events on that timeline are not ranked. They're dated. The order matters. Relative importance doesn't. We're not issuing a verdict on which AI lab is winning. We're documenting the 25 days when the cost of using AI quietly collapsed and asking the question that collapse forces on every budget. If you've used a chatbot in the last year, you've probably noticed the model you used in February is dramatically dumber than the one you can use today. Here's what changed, who paid for it, and what it means for Monday morning. Beat 1, November 18th, 2025. DeepSeek releases version 3.5 of its open weights model. The code is posted publicly, anyone can download it, and publishes the price. 0.10 per million tokens in, $28 hours out. Tokens are the small chunks of text these models read and write, so per million tokens is roughly how many words the model handles before the bill starts. For context, GPT-5 was priced at $1.25 per million input. Same task, roughly 9 times more expensive. This gap isn't a coupon, it's the new list price. What changed isn't only that DeepSeek is cheap, it's that DeepSeek is good. On the benchmarks that matter for actual work, reading documents, writing code, answering in plain English, it sits within reach of the most expensive options. The cheap versus capable trade-off used to be real. It no longer is. So what? Anything you could do with the best AI of the day, you can now do for roughly the cost of a sandwich per million interactions. If you pay for AI by the call, your bill is negotiable again. Beat 2, November 25th, 2025. Google ships computer use as a built-in capability inside Gemini 3 Flash. To be clear, a model that looks at a screen, moves the mouse, clicks buttons, fills out forms, operates software the way a person does, not just talks about how. The last 18 months of AI have mostly happened inside a chat window. You type, it types back. Computer use breaks the container. The model drives the same software you do, browser and spreadsheet, and airline booking page alike. It needs a cursor, not a special integration. Why Flash matters? Flash is Google's cheap and fast tier. A capability like this, landing on a model you can run at high volume and low cost, is the version that reaches people. A year ago, AI can drive a browser was a research demo. In late 2025, it shipped as a product you can subscribe to for a modest monthly fee. So what? The small, tedious computer tasks that eat an evening, booking a flight, ordering groceries, filling a form, transferring money, are now within reach of an AI agent that uses a browser like you. The technical barrier is no longer the bottleneck. Trust is, and trust takes time. Beat 3. December 4th, 2025. OpenAI and Broadcom announce a partnership, internally codenamed Jalapeño, to build a custom AI inference chip. Inference is what happens every time you send a message to ChatGPT. It's the cost curve eating every AI company's budget. First-gen chips deploy by end of 2026. The biggest AI lab in the world decided to stop renting NVIDIA's chips and build its own. That's a 5 to 10-year bet that AI demand isn't slowing, and the long-term ceiling is hardware economics, not software. Most people will never care. Investors should. Why this matters? The cost of running AI is the price you pay, indirectly, every time a product you use embeds AI. When the chip gets cheaper, the feature gets cheaper. The Jalapeño deal is the industry's largest single bet that the cheaper chip future is coming. Beat 4, December 10th, 2025. Mistral, a French AI lab, one of the largest in Europe, releases Mistral Large 3. Pricing lands at $0.50 per million input and $1.50 per million output, roughly 70% cheaper than the comparable GPT-4 offering at the time. Crucially, this is a closed weights model. The code is not posted publicly, so Mistral is making the same pricing bet as OpenAI. Keep the model private, sell access by the token. A European lab with European labor and European regulation matched American frontier quality and undercut on price. The AI dominance conversation just got harder for any one country or any one company to win. The market now has a serious second option on its home turf. Two things this beat shows. First, the price collapse wasn't a DeepSeek anomaly, it was the new market rate. Second, closed models are racing to the bottom too, because the alternative is to lose the deal. If you're a buyer of AI for a team, your job this quarter is to ask your vendor what they're doing about the price they're charging you. The silence, if they don't, is informative too. So what? We use the default is no longer the cheapest answer. Beat 5, December 12, 2025. Anthropic releases. Claude 4.5 Opus, the top end of its model line, on SWE Bench Verified, a standardized test that asks a model to fix real bugs in real open source projects. It scores 80.9%. That's a 65% improvement over its predecessor. The benchmark measures whether an AI can read a code repository, identify the bug, and write a patch that passes the project's own test suite. For most of 2024, AI assistants wrote code that ran. In late 2025, the best of them write code that does what you wanted. That's the difference between a junior developer who needs supervision and a senior developer who needs a ticket. Not fully automated yet. Automated enough that the workflow has changed. Software development was the canary industry for AI augmentation, the first white-collar job where AI tools became load-bearing. If your work involves handing AI a task and reading the output, the model you can call this week is materially better than the one you could call this autumn. That's holding now. 3 takeaways from 25 days. Work. The honest answer to will AI take my job is that nobody knows, and anyone who claims they do is selling something. The more useful distinction is between work AI replaces and work AI makes 10 times faster. Some jobs go, most jobs change. The signal to watch isn't whether AI can do your task in a demo, it's whether the version of AI your team actually has can do your task on a Tuesday afternoon. That version is what changed in these 25 days. If you build software, draft text, summarize documents, or answer email for a living, you're inside the blast radius of these 5 beats. Blast radius doesn't mean replaced, it means your job description is being rewritten by procurement. Cost. The $50,000 a year enterprise contract for AI access is now, in many cases, a $200 a month subscription to a model that meets the same bar. The barrier to building a product with AI dropped by 2 orders of magnitude in 12 months. Watch next. Cheaper, better, more open. The story to follow is which tasks cross from AI can do it in a demo to AI does it on production traffic without a human babysitter. The 5 beats on the timeline push that line. If the next 12 months feel as compressed as these 25 days did, you don't want to be playing catch-up in a year. Subscribe so it lands in your feed. The methodology that produced every number in this video lives at 0stat.ai/methodology. That's the 25 days. See you Monday.